Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Let's have it right.
He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals too.
One of them brown envelope mobs.
No Minerals.
Minerals. My big up Johnny. Let's have it right.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Minerals FC.
Need proper winning Minerals, mate.
Let's have it right. I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm
Absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it? The Minerals.
Minerals FC. Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals. In them, we know that they have the minerals with not.
There's minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals and
You got the Minerals too.
Let's have it right.
Minerals.
Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking Minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well, winning life. First and foremost, I want you all smash to pieces that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We got the notification bell ding dong. Let's have it right so you know when we go live. And we got the Minerals FC Ultras membership pinned at top, live chat and down below in description. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality. Big up to everyone live and locked in. Bruv, we have to address someone in the chat, bruv. Brad's dad, nice geezer, bruv. Let's have it right, but he's got to be taking the piss. He has to be taking the piss. I know he's taking the piss because he's personally DM'd me and told me he don't nosh off to Blueco. It's all bants, I'm sure. It's not rants and pants, it's bants. So, yeah, big up to you, geezer. And listen, you got to be careful because his missus is stacked up, bruv. Stony badges all over the gaff, yeah? If it kicks off, she's ready to go, bruv. But big up to everyone. Smash that like button. Smash it. And if you ain't sub, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it, bruv, because I'll tell you what, yeah? So much is going on. First and foremost, I don't know where to start, bruv. I'll be real. I honestly don't know where to start, bruv. Do I laugh? Do I cry? I don't know anymore. I literally don't know, bruv. Yeah? I don't know. Fucking God. I'll tell you what, yeah. We have pocketed the worst owners in the history of football, yeah? And you know what makes me laugh is that I'm just... you know what? I'm observing, bruv. I'm observing. I'm seeing everyone on the timeline. I'm seeing all the YouTube platforms. No one knows what to do anymore, bruv. They don't know what to say. How long we heard about Maignan, bruv? Bruv, you'd think, yeah, that this guy's up for like 100 million or something. You think this is like a record-breaking deal for a goalkeeper, the way it's going on, yeah? They don't know what to do. They keep repeating the same, making the same videos, reporting the same stories. The brown envelopes have got them on strings, bruv. Literally, everyone is on strings. Not us on here. Not us on here, because we know what the game's about. We know exactly what the game's about. But let's go straight into it. Now, it's been breaking news regarding Mike Maignan. Chelsea put in a bid of 12.5 million. Their initial touch first base foreplay, if you want to call it that, was 8.5 million. That's what they value him at. And now they've upped the stakes to 12.6 million today. 12.6 million, which is roughly about 18 million euros. it's well documented that AC Milan want around, well, I think minimum, is it 25 million euros, 30 million euros they want. So they're well off, bruv. They're so far off. It's ridiculous. They're almost 10 million off, right? Now, we're gonna expose all the usual brown envelopes for what they do on this stream. This one's going to be, I mean, I love doing it because they maybe they should delete the tweets that they put out. They don't clearly, because it generates enough pound notes for them. That's why they do it. They're clickbait merchants. But their narratives, bruv, we're going to mud their narratives and expose them for what they really are. But as it stands now, Chelsea stayed at 12.6 million today due to Maignan's desire to wear blue. Milan does not accept. Chelsea must raise the offer. Talks continue into the night. Oh, man. Vampires love the night, don't they? Unfortunately, it's not a full moon for these blue co-melts, but let's see what happens. Now, Fabrizio Romano come out and he basically said, this is what he said: Chelsea mission is to get Maignan on the plane for the Club World Cup. Both clubs are still talking right now. Maignan's personal terms are ready to be agreed. I thought they were agreed. They're ready to be agreed, or they are agreed. Yeah. He wants to play UCL and Club World Cup, and he's really pushing. He must be pushing really hard. Push it real good, yeah? Thrusting, doing them Patrick Swayze moves, bruv, to get the deal done, but it's not up to him. It's up to Bluecoat. It's up to Siri Merchant, Kerry Winstanley, Stuart Little, yeah? Meatloaf Tout, Vivid Seats, Bowley. Get the deal done. You know what I'm saying? Right? But what does he say after that? Fabrizio comes out. Fabrizio comes out and he says, I can't even say it, bruv, honestly. Like, what are we doing here, bruv? He says Zoom calls are going on right now. Like, as he tweets that out, Zoom calls are going on. So Kerry Winstanley, Stuart Little, Siri Merchant, Tout Bowley, Bluecoat Holdings, Midco Limited are on a Zoom call to AC Milan. I don't know. Maybe I don't get it, because all they got to pay is 20 million, yeah? And they're stuck on 12.6 million, yeah? Penny pinching clowns that they are. All right, it's ridiculous. All right. But what's funny to me, what are they probably doing on the Zoom call, bruv? I'll tell you what, they must be doing some AI presentation to justify why he's only valued at 12.6 million sterling. That must be the only reason. It's got to be. It's got to be. They must be doing AI presentation. I'll go one step further, yeah, because we know that these clowns are from Hollywood. Maybe they're expecting Magic Mike, you know, the Hollywood film Magic Mike. Maybe they think they're signing him. And because it's such an old film, they're probably thinking, why are we paying all this money for that? What? Do they want Magic Mike to audition for them? Do a Bonnie Blue special, bruv? A Lily Phillips glazed donut walking down the streets of London? What do they want, bruv? Like, what are we Zoom calling for? What? Get on the dog and bone like any normal fucking negotiators. Yeah, they're not the Kevin Spacey negotiator, bruv, Samuel L. Jackson, because, bruv, this deal will be done. Bruv, put me on that Zoom call, bruv. Yeah, put me on the Zoom call. I'll have the deal done in a tickety-boo, mate. No problem, bruv. Yeah, deposit the funds, send Mike to where? To Chelsea. Job done. Get your goalkeeper sorted. Yeah, done. Go to the Club World Cup. We've got tomorrow's the deadline for Club World Cup before you can register players for it. That's our pre-season. So what are we going to do? Now it's been reported, yeah? Now it's been reported. I have to ask the question. We know Pornstein, yeah? Pinocchio human form, bruv. Let's remind everyone about Pornstein, yeah? Was he on the Zoom call? Because he does this.
Of the year that I normally get a little lull and respite, the season ends and the market doesn't quite start. I can go on holiday, relax, and maybe there'll be a story or two. I went on holiday last week and I spent the entire time fly from private jet in to meet players and break for my holiday, then go back to it. But Yeah, it's it's a repercussion of the Club World Cup, clearly.
See, clearly, Paulstein, he don't need to do Zoom calls, bruv. He just goes on private jets flown in to meet the players directly in the agents, bruv. I mean, he cuts all the technology out. But obviously, Siri Merchant, AI bot, yeah, data merchant, Moneyball merchant. He's obsessed with it. He loves computers, clearly. He loves the stock market because he's running Chelsea like it's Wall Street, bruv. Except he's doing a piss poor job. But don't worry, we're sustainable. Well, we can't even up a bid of like 8 million sterling, 5 million, whatever it may be, yeah, all right, to get this deal over the line and sign this player, job done, yeah? When we've spent like, no problem, 30 million on Drewsbury wedding hall, who's going to be sent back to a wedding hall somewhere else, not at London, not in West London. He's not going to be there no more. So he can go weddings elsewhere, celebrate all he wants, drinking that, well, Prosecco probably. And then Sanchez, 25 million. Yeah. We bought Quenda and Isugo for 65 million euros, bruv. Yeah. We've just brought in Sarr, the young 17-year-old centre-back from Strasbourg, and apparently he's going to come to the Club World Cup. You know, why? He's going to go to Strasbourg, isn't he? He's got to stay at Strasbourg. Like, what are we doing here, bruv? We're signing kids galore. It's Epstein FC all over again. It's continuing. Like I said 2.5 years ago, bruv. Or more than that, 3 years now. Fuck me. How time flies, bruv. Yeah. We don't fly like the Paulstein, though, on private jets. But I'll tell you what, we don't need to fly, bruv. Yeah, we just land the Minerals International via the Minerals FC. Now, while the Zoom calls are still going on, Chelsea will end their interest in AC Milan goalkeeper Mike Maignan if the deal cannot be agreed by tomorrow's 7 p.m. deadline. Now, I don't understand that. Why? What? We're just going to cut the deal off? Why would you do that? Why would you cut the deal off? Why would you go, okay, we can't agree anything. Let's go into the next actual transfer window and we'll go all the way to deadline day if we must. And then it's going to be a take it or leave it deal. Yeah. They're actually broadcasting via Fabrizio Romano that they'll just walk away from the deal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This sounds, if we don't sign Mike Maignan, yeah, it sounds to me like this has been 4D chess, PR, to make it look like Chelsea are considering bringing in experience into this football club, which is what all the Chelsea supporters are craving, what I've been demanding for years now, yeah? But let's not forget that Fabrizio Romano and Toothpick Jacobs came out and said they're aware that the fans believe that the Chelsea need experience now we're in the Champions League, but the ownership believe they are buying players that will be elite, will become elite, yeah? There's no guarantees they're elite. We're not buying ready-made elite players. So I'm not feeling confident, bruv. I'll be real. I ain't feeling confident about this deal. This is ridiculous. It's embarrassing. Man City have just done a here we go for Ryan Cherky, yeah, for 40 million euros, which is about 32 million, maybe less, depending on the exchange rate. Yeah. What a steal. What an absolute steal. They didn't muck around. They didn't penny pinch. You know what Blueco trying to do? They're trying to put add-ons into this deal. They're putting add-ons, bruv. They're actually putting add-ons. Check this. I read it as well. Chelsea are trying to put add-ons to close the deal. They're desperate to sign Maignan. Maignan's desperate to come to Chelsea. I mean, we're not talking mega money here. So it's just getting a bit tedious now. And that's why the title is literally Pay and Don't Speak. I'm sick of hearing Fabrizio speak, Toothpick Jacobs speak. I'm hearing everyone speak, but there's no action. Yeah? There's no action Johnson, bruv, or action Bronson. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here, bruv? Yeah? I don't know what they think they're signing here. Yeah? Just get the deal done. You know, it's not a complicated deal. Apparently, Mike Maignan says you either accept the offer and let me leave because I want to leave because I'm not going to sign a new deal, or I'll go for free. I think AC Milan are probably looking at it going, and Allegri's looking at it going, you know what? He's obligated to fulfill his contract. So, yeah, actually, do you know what? We'll keep you. What's 18 million to us? Is tuppence. Like in all fairness, bruv, they've sold Reidners, to Man City, quality little player. You know, they're selling a lot of their players. They're probably looking to sell Leao. You know, I just think that AC Milan, I don't think they're in that much of a desperate position where they have to sell Mike Maignan. And I think Chelsea are using the brown envelopes to really push that. Yeah, you know, we're in the strongest suit. We've got the strongest position. What are they doing on Zoom? Like, how long does it take to negotiate that? And what are you even discussing on Zoom? Are you playing poker or something? They must be literally playing poker. Like, how long is this taking, bruv? And the fact that you've got Carrington Winstanley and Stuart Little doing it is laughable, bruv. They probably don't even know how to switch on their camera, bruv. Like, it's that deep. Yeah? It really is. I would have thought, like, Egbali, Siri Merchant, normally what he does is he just gets on his private jet and flies in to do the deals, doesn't he? That's what he normally does. Oh, Egbali's flown in to Shakhtar Donetsk to say, I'm here, guys. Yeah, Streamline Beachhead. We're going to sign Mudryk because Arsenal want him. He's a Ukrainian player, and it's a political stunt. Oh, and we're fucked now because we got to sell him. And by the way, because of that, and they didn't want to pay the wages of Sancho, who's more experienced than Kittens, and who's the priority apparently, and more experienced than Mudueke, yeah, grasshopper on fucking speed. They wouldn't pay his wages, bruv. They offered him more than half. Yeah, more than half. More than half his wages. Yeah. And paid 5 million to send him back. So all we've got going to the Club World Cup. Check this. Yeah. Check this. We've spent 1.6 billion. Yeah. This is mad. 1.6 billion. And we're in our 7th transfer window now. Right. We're going into phase 4. Right. And the only wingers we have at our football club is Noni Madueke, Pedro Neto, and congratulations to Pedro Neto. Got an assist. But what a stinker he had in that game. And anyway, he's lifted up a trophy, a proper trophy, bruv. Yeah. Respect to him. So Pedro Neto, Noni Madueke, and Tyreek George, who didn't cost them a penny because he was at Cobham. So out of the 1.6 billion we've spent, the only 2 wingers that they've bought that is going to the Club World Cup is Madueke and Neto and Tyreek George now. Yeah? What a shambles. What a shambles, mate. Yeah? And these you lot trust this ownership to do good things in this window or any window for that matter. Have you not had a proven track record already? Huh? What are we doing here? Seriously? Yeah? What are we doing here? He's crazy. This is crazy. They are running our club like a circus. It's a laughing stock. Yeah. Every day we're getting tweets out from you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I forgot about that one. Old Alex Goldfish. He's probably on the Zoom call looking at Magic Mike. Yeah, going, it's all sunshine and rainbows at Chelsea. You're going to love it here, Mike. We love you. Bring me Mike. Bring me Mike. Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. I won't be surprised, bruv. I don't know who's on that Zoom call. It's probably, when you watch YouTube platforms and you get those, the maximum amount of panelists you can have on a Zoom is 10. They've definitely got 10 on there. Definitely got 10 on there. Yeah. There's probably only one Italian on there drinking his Lavazza Super Crema with his cigar, looking at him going, what am I dealing with here? What the hell is going on? Yeah. They probably got Enzo Maresca on the Zoom call as well. Yes, I really want to make Maignan. We play inverted football. We try. We're not ready to compete yet, but we try. But you know, we blame the environment for why we play so fucking shit, boring. You know, I don't drink Lavazza Supercrema. I can't drink it no more because I'm now with Blueco. I drink cider. I have baby oil in the dressing rooms. And we play Mandem FC now. We like Mandem FC. Yeah, we like Mandem FC. What is going on, man? What is going on? This guy was literally on his bloody knees like Slosh Pot. You know, he was on his bloody knees on the blower. Yeah, to who? Victor Osimhen. I want you, Victor. I want you. I so desperately want you, Victor. I want you. I want your minerals in the dressing room. You know, fucking hell, bruv. Now you're telling me, yeah. You know what's funny? The Olongo geezer. Is it Olongo? This guy. I have to question this fella, but he seems to be spot on. What did he put out? I've got it here. Breaking. This was on the 7th of June. He says Enzo Maresca no longer trusts Robert Sanchez, right? He no longer trusts Robert Sanchez. So I want to play you something, yeah? I want to play you something, Ultras, yeah? And I want everyone to smash that like button, all right? Let's play this. Let me get it up. You ready?
What is going to happen with Kunku?
Oh,
Yeah, for Christopher Kunku, I think I can say in a very clear way that his chapter at Chelsea is over. So my understanding is that Chelsea, considering Kunku at the moment was one of the players they can sell, they can make some profit. Also, what's going to happen with
Kunku? They can sell, they can make some profit. I work 20 fucking hours a day to help Blueco make profit for brown envelopes. Here we come. Yeah, all right. And then we got this one. This one's
going after the official. Let's go into the details of this deal because, of course, Chelsea have been planning for Maignan since a long time. So what's their idea about the signing of Maignan? Why they decide to go for him? Yeah, they have many goalkeepers, and let me say that they are quite happy with the goalkeepers they have.
Oh, they are.
There is not only Sanchez, Jorgensen, also Petrovic, who did fantastic at Strasbourg and is doing very well in terms of numbers. So he's a goalkeeper they still appreciate. But
so hold on a minute. We were told that Enzo Maresca doesn't trust any of the three goalkeepers. We were also told that Petrovic is on the list to be sold with Sanchez. But now Fabrizio's come out yesterday saying that they're very happy with all the goalkeepers they got. Well, they've only bought 11 of them. Only bought 11.
I believe Maignan is an opportunity. 1 year left on his contract, experience.
Bosh. You hear the magic word for Magic Mike? Opportunity. Yeah? Opportunist signing. Yeah?
But not too old to be a goalkeeper. Also very good with distribution. So he's ongoing.
Very good with distribution. Yeah, because Enzo Maresca likes to invert his goalkeeper. If you ever watched before when we signed it, announced him as the manager, all the clips going out and he was doing like the Connect 4 coins, you know, doing all this like he's some fucking Einstein genius in football and he's been around for yonks. All right, going, yeah, I like to invert the goalkeeper here. And we bring this left back here and the right back here and everyone. And the DM goes back into the goalkeeper position. You know what I'm saying? But Mike Maignan, apparently we've been on him for a long time. It was reported we were looking at him last summer. No, we weren't. We were not looking for last summer. Right? So I don't know where all this comes out from. I do. It's the brown envelopes. Yeah. They love it, bruv. They absolutely love it. They love feeding us bullshit narratives. 24/7 they do it. 24/7 lockdown, bruv. Yeah? We'll have them playing in Pelican Bay when we're done with them, yeah? You understand me? Yeah? We don't lose, we win. We win on here. You understand me? Yeah? It's a joke, mate. Absolute joke. Epstein FC, inverted FC, the whole board's inverted, the model's inverted, the ownership are inverted. We've got Toothpick Jacobs, who's related to Goldstein, and it's all bloodline inverted. Yeah, it's just mad. We've got Goldfish related to, well, I know who, in the behind the scenes, yeah, in the club. That's all inverted, yeah. Let's have it right. It's all a shambles, bruv. It's an absolute shambles. And these lot have killed our football club where we're scrimping and saving and penny pinching on trying to pay Mike Maignan. Is this a wind up? Like, it's got to be a wind up. What are we putting add-ons in this deal? I have to question that. We all have to question that. Everyone has to question that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has to question it, bro. Now, let me run through the next one, yeah, because it's all kicking off. I want to go straight into this. What did I tell you lot yesterday? Was it no, sorry, I didn't do anything yesterday. All right, what did I tell you? The stream I did before. What youth player did I mention? No one's mentioned this youth player, yeah. And salute a curse, yeah. What player did I mention? Yeah, his name was Donnell McNally, yeah. Donnell McNally, striker, bagging goals for fun. All right. What came out today by Simon Johnson? What came out today by Simon Johnson from the pathetic brown envelope? Chelsea's under-21 striker Donnell McNally has rejected a new contract and is planning to leave this summer. Has interest from a number of clubs, including Premier League, but priority is best pathway for senior minutes. More here. Right? So Premier League clubs are looking at McNally, yeah, but he's had enough, yeah. 21 years old, doesn't even want to sign a contract, bruv. Yeah, he's doing what Rio did. Is it Rio? What Rio did at 14 years old? Didn't want to renew it. Walked out, left. I respect him, and I've watched him. I've actually seen what he's about. He scores goals for fun. Yeah, maybe we could have just put him in the squad like a Tyreek George, that we're using Tyreek George. You know what I'm saying? But let's have it right. Bruv, yeah, delap it up. Delap it up, bruv. There's no pathway from Cobham. They got rid of Neil Bath, mate. Yeah, who built Cobham under Roman. Like, it's done. It's done. Cobham, producing Cobham. We're going to Man City because of Joe Shields, because you don't know nothing else. We're going to Man City and buying their academy and trying to assemble a team like that when they can't even get into Man City's team. And that's the team that's already going in the market for younger players with experience, proper experience, that are well-known household names now in European football. Yeah, that's how you do business, bruv. That's how you show intent. Yeah. Plus, you mix it in with Erling Haaland on 500 grand a week. You mix it in with Diaz in there. You've got Rodri, Ballon d'Or, best DM in the world, like, who's going to come back. I mean, what more? What more do you want me to tell me? They're getting rid of De Bruyne and Grealish. And what did I say? Grealish to Newcastle. Interesting. There's been some links with Grealish to Newcastle. I ain't wrong, bruv. Yeah. So McNally is leaving, and he wants to leave because he knows that they're just buying all these young players and he's got no pathway. And it's a disgrace because they don't value Cobham, bruv. Yeah. This is hilarious. Chelsea had interest in a potential move for Matheus Cunha in April, but never went further after concerns over attitude and personality. Yeah. And we heard the same thing for Cherky. They didn't like his attitude, his personality, which is why we didn't buy him. Well, Pep's bought him, so he can't be that bothered about his attitude. I think you need a bit of attitude and you need a bit of arrogance and self-belief to buy players. But you know what's interesting? What have we got at Chelsea? We got Mandem FC attitude at Chelsea in the dressing room. We're doing free from desire for just getting top 4. All right. Yeah. And doing group photos, team photos for qualifying Champions League. What kind of attitude is that? Well, we have to question that, mate. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, bruv, what's going on at Chelsea. Fucking hell. Anyway, we move on. We move on. There's so much to go, bruv. So I have to play this because obviously it's Trev, yeah? Our Trev, who they want to sell. You do know that, yeah? They want to sell Trev. Yeah? Disgrace. But let's put this up. Oh, this is jokes, bruv.
What on there? All over deck.
Declan Rice, yeah, with Chelsea boys, bruv. Oh, man, he wanted to be at Chelsea, didn't he? He wanted to be at Chelsea, deep down, yeah? But these clowns wouldn't pay him the money. They wouldn't pay him the money, bruv. Big up to Trev, bruv. Yeah? Big up to Trev. So, What did I tell you? It's broken out. Yeah, check this. This is via where is it? Fabrizio Romano. He's very active. He's also did a whole video just on Chelsea, so he's milking it now. Jamie Kittens is Chelsea's priority for the Club World Cup, but dun-dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun-dun. Alexandra Garnacho Baby Lurch remains a player appreciated by Chelsea. What did I tell you? We'll probably end up signing Baby Lurch and Kittens. Bruv. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be all the experience and all the minerals that they want. Yeah. That's what they want. They want him. They're desperate for him. They want to pay that 40 million, but they can't pay more than fucking 12.8 million for Maignan. Make it make sense. And the reason with Maignan is he's 29 years old. They're going, oh, what are we going to do? Well, he's 29 years old. There's no retail value. Yeah, like a fucking joker, bruv. Yeah, that's what's going on in their heads. There's no resale value. And you've got to go through the checklist under Blue Co. Age, under 24 years old, tick. Under 150 grand a week, tick. Yeah. Resale value, tick. Branding, trademark, tick. Death row contracts, tick. If it's got all those things, then, bruv, they sign the contract. Sign the contract. Yeah. That's what it is, bruv. But they're not doing that. With Mike Maignan, it's a little bit of a different situation. It's an unknown territory. It's unknown territory, bruv. Yeah. So, like I say, they're having fits, bruv. And fucking Blue Coast City is crumbling, bruv, right now. They don't know what to do, where to turn. It's hurting them. It's a sting, bruv. The so-called needle movers, little fucking needle movers. Oh, Mike Magnan's a needle mover. No, let's have it right. Mike Maignan is a top goalkeeper. I might have said he's elite, but I think he's got all the attributes that we need. And more importantly, he's got leadership, experience, presence. He's a grown man. Yeah. He's past puberty. He's smashing slosh pots left, right, and centre. Let's have it right. He is better than what we got. But I do like Petrovic. I see there's a goalkeeper, Petrovic. But I don't see Petrovic coming back to Chelsea playing second fiddle when he's had a taster of playing first team football like Andre Santos. Andre Santos, bruv. Yeah. Come out and said, I'm looking forward to, I want to wear the shirt. I want to win trophies. I want to bring the club back where it belongs. All the same old spiel. Meatloaf Bowley's come out and saying Andre Santos is going to stay and all this waffle. Yeah. But it did come out with Andre Santos that, and I'll get the tweet up. Let me get the tweet up. It come out by Fabrizio Romano. Several clubs are trying to sign Andre Santos, guys, and to make the deal happen. But Chelsea are planning with the player, and Santos also wants to stay. So let's have it right. If the price is right, supermarket sweep, we'll sell him. Because let's have it right. He ain't playing over Enzo Fernandez. Yeah. And he ain't playing over Casado. And if Lavia's fit, he ain't playing over Lavia. And you can say we've got so many games to play, but there's so many games we've got to play. Can you afford to drop your first team players in Champions League football? No. It's not Conference League no more. So I don't know where Santos plays. I really don't. But I want to bring up a player that I want to sign. If we're going with Kindergarten FC, I want to bring up a player that I want to sign, that I've watched. And you want to talk about signing super youth talent. You want to talk about signing the best players with the right profile at the right age. Yeah, I'll give you a player right now. Fermin Lopez from Barcelona. That player, that kid, has got everything, bruv. Both-footed, tackling, transition, dribbling, goals, assists, baller. Absolute baller. I mean, baller. And if you can tempt him with a massive double his wages jobby, because he's going to be nothing because he's from their academy and they don't want to sell him and he wants to play at Barca, but he's not getting as much minutes as he really should be getting. And when Gavi's back in the team and you got Pedri in there and all that, bruv, Fermin Lopez, he's that. I would, honestly, when you talk about young players, and this is what I would do. This is what I would do. I would play him over Enzo Fernandez all day long. And I would have Lopez as a 10 with Cole Palmer, because this criminal fraud yes man is adamant to just keep playing Cole Palmer as a 10. I'd actually play those two as a 10s. Bosh. Bruv, let's have it right. Minerals there for the next 5-6 years. 2 superstars. Telling you, bruv. Yeah. Let's get that player. I'll be very happy with that young'un. I'll be very happy. I even like Redondo's kid, Redondo's son. Yeah. But I don't know. He's gone to America and all that jazz. But he's got a lot of quality as well. But if you're looking at young players, like, they don't scout like that. Like, you want to buy premium talent, not Bundesliga shit. Like, if you want to play the tiki-taka, Pep Guardiola ball, then you go and buy a player like that because you're going so young, right? But Pep Guardiola doesn't do that because he knows he hasn't got time. He knows he wants to compete right now, so he ain't got time to develop these kids. So what does he do? He buys players like Regners and Cherky where they're already at a certain level at a young age, where he can now guide them, develop them to the next elite level. Let's have it right. We're not doing that, bruv. We're not doing that. We're going lower. For example, Kittens is behind in development to Mudueke, yet they want to sell Mudueke. And I kept saying this. How do you expect to create sustainability, be stable, have a consistent team, have players building for years after years, like your propaganda in about trust the process, all right, so they can gel together and the supporters can have a connection with the team and watch the team grow. If every fucking transfer window you're changing, you're buying and selling these players, like we're in our 7th transfer window and you're still going in the market, which tells me this is not about building a football team. And I know that, but people are so blind as a bat. They can't see it. But the blind man Al Pacino, instead of a woman, I'm in the dark here, I'm in the dark, he can see it when he's in the courtroom saying Charlie's got dignity. He don't sell himself out. He doesn't have rich parents to buy you lot out and get away with it where he's going to suffer. Yeah. He's got loyalty, respect, dignity. Yeah. So have it right. None of these lot in the game have that. They're all sellouts, bruv. They might as well be Bonnie Blue. Talking of Bonnie Blue, yeah, all right, she's got 3 geezers dressed up in Chelsea shirts, all right, and she's in a Chelsea shirt on her knees, getting ready to get smacked, yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? She can get slapped up. It's a disgrace using the Chelsea kit. Like, you're famous enough for being a slosh pot. We don't need you to wear the Chelsea kit. It actually really rattles me. But I tell you, if Skeletor was a slosh pot, Bonnie Blue, mate. That's Skeletor, bruv, in female form. I don't know any other way to tell you, bruv. Yeah, but this is what all the YouTubers and the blue ticks and all these brown envelope journalists, that is what they act in, how they act in the game. They'll do anything for a pound note. It's all about that. If they get that, I'll do what you say, sir. 3 bags full, sir. I'll bend over for you, sir. Backshot me, sir, all day long. That's what they do, these brown envelopes. Yeah? Pure filth, bruv. Facts. Yeah? Pure filth. Bruv, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pies and Mash and the Chelsea Dodgers Alex and Goldfish and all these lot, they're waiting for when they land in there, where they live, bruv, and they're ready to queue up, bruv. They're ready to queue up, bruv. Great content. We got the content. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, score in fucking 80 seconds, bruv. 90 seconds. Come on, bruv. Nah, man. It's just a long way from Starbucks. It really is a long way from Starbucks. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. Let's not get sidetracked, bruv. Yeah? Yeah? They're queuing up like they're queuing up for in a urinal, bruv. Yeah? At a baseball game. So also Svala, what's his name? Svila, Suzuki, Milinkovic, Savic are all top keepers, this geezer wrote, and Patty put all are available for 20 million euros. I'm surprised they're not on it. I'm surprised we're not going in for Trafford. But anyway, Garnacho, the baby lurch, is definitely going to be on the menu for Blueco. I can see it a mile off. I can smell it a mile off. And, well, maybe they're not listening to their personal agent and advisor, Goldfish, who said, if you sign Garnacho, you're gone. Director's gone. Gone. Yeah, they should be gone already, which was what everyone was crying for the protest to be about, is sack the model and sack the directors, yet they're still in charge on Zoom calls trying to penny pinch up to 20 million euros with add-ons, yeah, to sign Mike Maignan because he's 29 years old. Bruv. We're done, bruv. Yeah? They are acting like Bonnie Blue. She goes for the young'uns, didn't she? She's got no shame, bruv. No shame, no face. Also, I've been told, Fabrizio Romano says, I've been told that there's no concrete negotiations between Chelsea and Frankfurt for Ekitike. Only a phone call 2 days ago. Also, we're phone calls. We're on the dog and bone. We're not on Zoom calls at the moment to ask about the price, which is 100 million euros. Let's wait and see in the window. Maybe I give this 35% chance as it stands. But it's also been put out by Fabrizio that Ekitike is not happening before the Club World Cup, as is Kittens. Kittens is not coming before the Club World Cup because he can play at Borussia Dortmund in the Club World Cup, right? But yet the whole point is to get your business done. We don't need to watch him at Dortmund, yeah, who are a farming club, a development club. They're based on Red Bull to develop young players and sell them for a profit like they did with Haaland. Except with Kittens, they're happy to just get shot of him. Except Chelsea don't have the money right now to pay the 40 million for Kittens, even though he only wants Chelsea and he's happy to sign a death row contract and he's ready now, personal terms agreed. They ain't got the money. They need to sell too many players. And that's why we're not going to get business done, what we need, before the Club World Cup. And we're going to go through all the transfer window, trying to offload players to go back in the market. And that's the way it's going to pan out as far as I'm concerned, bruv. Now, I want to go back to this because salute to Bushy Laba, yeah, who I had Bushy Laba on my channel. Only Chelsea platform, only football platform in the YouTube community that's had Bushy Laba on. And Bushy Laba, as you know, hosts a radio show in Nigeria, bruv. He's super tight with Victor Osimhen. He's got a personal relationship with him. He was out there in Galatasaray recently with him, doing his vlogs and all that, and being with Victor Osimhen. And we were shoehorned by Toothpick Jacobs, Fabrizio Romano, that Osimhen, Al Hilal have offered 1, 2, 3, 4 offers up to 850 million a week to Victor Osimhen. And I told you all, Victor won't sign that deal because he doesn't want to go to Saudi. And you lot fed an agenda on him. The brown envelopes forced that agenda by putting out bullshit news that medicals are booked, all right? And we got receipts. Yeah? They said that the medicals were already set up by the Saudi club, Al Hilal, and personal terms and all this was all a fugazi. He was never going to go there. He rejected 6 offers, up to almost $1 million a week. And you, Chelsea, so-called Chelsea platformers, yeah, were feeding an agenda on Victor Osimhen, going, oh, you can't compete with that. He's a mercenary. He only wants the pound note. He doesn't want to play for Chelsea. He needs to lower his wages to play for Chelsea. No one's going to buy him on those wages. What don't you get, bruv? John Obi Mikel told you that he advised him, not you can go Saudi near the end of your career. You don't need to go now. You can make that money at the end of your career when you're even more of a superstar, yeah? I told you Victor Osimhen, his priority is to stay in Europe because he wants to prove and win Champions League, more league titles, more domestic titles. And it doesn't surprise me that everyone in the fan base was trying to force feed this narrative like, oh, Blue Code did well, don't give them money, fuck him, greedy bastard. That's what they were saying about Victor Osimhen. And that's what you call agenda, because the agenda suits Blue Code. But let me land this one. And let's land it real good. Yeah? Let's land it real good, bruv. Yeah? Big up to Michael CFC. All right? Ultra as well. This was dated 30th of August 2024, mate, which was deadline day, wasn't it? He says, Fabrizio Romano breaking. Napoli reached total agreement with Al Hilal, Al Ali for Victor Osimhen. Club to club deal done for 75 million to 80 million. Total package. Have already booked medical. 4-year contract worth 25-30 million per season. Net to Osimhen plus release clause. Final green light up to Victor. Yeah? And do you know what's funny? That suited the agenda because the deal at Chelsea was breaking out. We were briefed by Pornstein that Osimhen doesn't suit the style of Enzo Maresca, his wages, his injury record, and the transfer fee. Yet we went all the way to deadline day and had Enzo Maresca on the phone. Bushy Laba was on my platform and told you all, and you can all go and watch that video. It's up. The stream's up. It's not long, 40 minutes, 30 minutes. Tells you the ins and outs of what happened. They offered a pay slash to Victor Osimhen, who was prepared to come to Chelsea when we're in the Conference League. There's none of this talk of he only wants Champions League football and all this. There was none of that. Chelsea offered him 150 grand a week and insulted him. Literally. He would have taken 200 grand a week. Then. Now, he's just won Turkish League. He's won Player of the Season now. He's got the Golden Boot. He's won Serie A as well. Everywhere he's gone, he's bagged 39 GA. He's one of the most elite strikers on the market for 25 years old. Hasn't even hit his prime. And I put him up there along Erling Haaland, who's on 500 grand a week. So sometimes you have to pay elite wages, unfortunately, if you want to bring in elite players. Like Liverpool have paid for Florian Wirtz. 340 grand a week, 140 million transfer fee. That's going to be in installments, but the wages show the intent. We want you. Man City want you? No, we'll pay you more wages. You come to us. We want you, and we're going to build with you. Facts. That's how you do business when you show intent. And they're young players. They're not old players. But Bushy Laba landed it. Why? Why did he land it? And I have to show you all because it's very important. It's very important to understand this, yeah? All right? Now, let me get Bushy Laba's tweet up first, yeah? Let me get Bushy Laba's tweet up first, all right? Now, Victor Osimhen officially rejects Al Hilal. Fifth offer, I said six, fifth offer. He has decided not to move there no matter the money offered. Case closed. Main priority is to stay back in Europe with a top Italian club, very interested, and other European clubs. He's going to take his time, yeah? Then, this was about 4 hours after Fabrizio Romano puts out, Victor Osimhen has rejected Al Hilal proposal despite agreement. Galatasaray will insist to sign him with the race now open. But he didn't credit Bushy Laba, did he? He didn't credit him because Bushy Laba's been spot on with Victor Osimhen all the way through. He told you about 3 weeks ago he's not going to go Saudi, yeah? And we got Toothpick Jacobs here. Breaking. Victor Osimhen has turned down Al Hilal when he was saying that the medicals are prepared for Victor Osimhen and terms and all this. And he's had to credit Bushy Laba, right? But Fabrizio didn't do it. And that tells you everything you need to know about Fabrizio Romano, bruv. Yeah? You got to share. You see, you know Fabrizio, he'll put in brackets pies and mash. You know that. He'll put pies and mash in brackets, but he won't put Bushy Laba, who had all these brown envelopes following suit and on strings where they had no choice but to report the truth that Bushy Laba put 4 hours before. Yeah? Which tells you one thing and one thing only. They're full of shit. And they lie. And everything's to mislead everyone, yeah? Trust me, bruv. Trust me, yeah? So I want to personally salute Bushy Laba. He deserves all the credit. He spoke the truth from day one. Yeah, I trust what he says. I know what he says. Yeah, and let's have it right. Hopefully we can get him back on the channel as well. I'm sure that will come. Now I want to go to this tweet here. Chelsea have no plans to sign a new goalkeeper this summer. Robert Sanchez, Philip Jorgensen, Petrovic and Mike Penders all seen as capable for competing for the #1 spot next season. Petrovic will have a boost in wage if he returns to Chelsea and is having excellent stats or whatever. Yeah. So they flipped the script there, didn't they? All of a sudden we are looking at goalkeepers and Enzo Maresca doesn't rate the goalkeepers. So they lie. All they do is lie. But the Fabrizio Romano of Osimhen is about timing. It's the timing they put the narratives out to simmer down the supporters. Everyone created the narrative that Victor Osimhen held Chelsea to ransom about his wages when that wasn't the case. And John Obi Mikel knows it. John Obi Mikel knows that Siri Merchant disrespected him. And they also told Victor Osimhen, this is what they said to him: take our wages and come and prove yourself at Chelsea. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Every player's got to prove themselves at their clubs. But we're talking about a proven striker here and a winner. He's a bagsman. The fact that we are not in the market for Victor Osimhen tells you everything you need to know about what our intent is and what we're doing. Yeah. You're quite happy to pay 50 million, 60 million for euros for a Garnacho, for a Kittens, 100 million from Ekitike. Yeah, but you won't pay 60 million euros, which is what? What's that? Let's go 50 million for Victor Osimhen for 250, 280 grand a week. Are you nuts, bruv? So you've got to break the wage structure if you want to have the proper, real pedigree, ilk of striker of a Victor Osimhen. And it's also breaking out. It's also breaking out, and it literally has. By Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United keep calling on daily basis for Victor Gyökeres, still on their list. Juventus and Al Hilal have also called in the last 48 hours to be informed on the situation after Arsenal contacts ongoing since May, but with Sesko advancing. Now, we don't know. We all said it all depends where Delap goes. Wherever Delap goes, because everyone was linked to Delap, everyone was linked to Gyökeres, everyone's linked to Osimhen. But it was like, you're not going to sign both Gyökeres, Osimhen, Delap, Osimhen, Delap, Gyökeres. It's just not going to happen, bruv. You know, we've given Delap the number 9. For me, he's going to be our main striker. If they bring in Ekitike, I don't rate these. There's no guarantees. I'm done with all that. Yeah, and we ain't got time. I want to win the Premier League now. Yeah, next year. That's the pressure. Pressure makes diamonds. Yeah, and if they can deliver that, fantastic. We're happy. We're very happy. But really, realistically, it ain't happening, bruv. Everyone else around us is strengthening. Like I said, they're not going to have the season they had last year, bar Liverpool. All right. But it all depends where Sesko goes now. If Sesko goes Arsenal, then you've got Osimhen and Gyökeres left in the market. Yeah. I think Liverpool are going to go for Ekitike. But I think they want Rodrigo as well. Now, we were told by Toothpick Jacobs that Chelsea are aware of the opportunities of Rodrigo, but they have more priorities in Kittens. And clearly, baby Lurch Garnacho. So we're not looking at Rodrigo. And he's going to want 250 plus grand a week. They're not big wages for the quality of player. These lot buy quantity, not quality. And they hope that their stocks hit jackpot. But the game don't work like that. And you're not always going to get these generational kids. It just doesn't work like that. They've already bought 90 players and we've got Cole Palmer that we can truly say he's up there. Maybe Esteval William might be that player. But that's just, if you throw him in there, that's 2 players. Out of the entire, you've paid top money for Enzo Fernandez. You paid top money for Casado. So in terms of like buying players at cheap and building superstars, they don't fit that bill. You've paid top money for them, expecting them to be ready-made when they weren't ready-made. But they are, you know, Casado is grown into a very good player, you know, but he's not world-class yet. You know what I'm saying? He could be, but there's no guarantees. Cole Palmer, for me, you put him in any other team with a real spine, real balance, an elite manager. Let's put him in Bayern Munich. Let's put him in Real Madrid. Let's put him at Barcelona. Yeah, let's put him in PSG. I have no doubt in my mind Cole Palmer will be up for Ballon d'Ors, bruv. Yeah. But at Chelsea, he's not got enough around him. He just hasn't. And that's why we're so over-reliant on him. And we're just buying more unproven players. And it's almost like you're going back to square one in development. And you're paying top money for them. Right? When you've got Gyökeres there for 65 million, you've got Osimhen there for 60 million. Pay the wages, get the deal done. If Man United end up getting Gyökeres, yeah, all right, they've got Mbeumo, they've got Cunha, all right, bruv, like they're looking a whole different animal to what they were last year. Forget about them last year sitting 16th. It ain't going to be like that when they're out of Europe as well, playing one game a week. They're going to be up for it, all right? The manager's got a lot to prove now. Let's have it right. Liverpool are showing intent. If they sell Darwin Núñez, who, let's have it right. You know what? The state we're in, would you take Darwin Núñez? He was banging it in at Benfica, but that's a scary thing. Banging in goals in those leagues, and then they come to Premier League, bruv. They don't do it. He hasn't done it. But I don't believe Darwin Núñez, he's not. Lanky Pocahontas is right for the system that Liverpool play. And that's why it never worked. I think if you do put him at a Chelsea, if you bought him directly from Benfica, he could have maybe smacked it, bruv. You know what I mean? Because he's got some sort of minerals in there. But anyway, he might go to Al Hilal. So then Liverpool looking for a striker. Liverpool are looking at Ekitike. I think that's their profile. He's not an out-and-out striker. They want that Firmino replacement. Darwin Núñez not that Firmino replacement. And they'll have Wirtz and Salah either side, bruv. And they're cooking. Yeah? But Ekitike will go into a Premier League winning team. Already settled. Spine there. But again, there's no guarantees that he does well at Liverpool. It's the risk you take. But the risk is a lot lower when you buy an Osimhen, a Gyökeres, or any Premier League proven players, all right, that are at an age and at an experience level. The risk is a lot lower than buying young players from other leagues. You just don't know. And are they going to transfer their qualities to the Premier League? I say it time and time again. You've got to have the context and the understanding of how football works. It's not just a stock market. We're not playing Football Manager, mate. I know you Twitter melts, you love it. You know, you're in your mum's basement, like that Macintosh lookalike, still in his mum's basement, you know, playing Football Manager, looking at data, looking at stats. Football don't work like that, bruv. It really don't. And if you spend 1.6 billion, you ain't assembling the squad we got at Chelsea on Football Manager. All right. And they're still getting it wrong and they're not rectifying all the mistakes that they made. So the bottom line is, bruv, yeah, the fact that we're not going in for him is a disgrace. I want Victor Osimhen at my football club. Do you know how buzzing I'll be if we sign Victor Osimhen? I hate the ownership, but do you know how buzzing I'll be, bruv? Or Lopez from Barca. You know, these types of players, I get excited with these players. These players, I know that Osimhen, he puts you up there no matter what. I know we've got a major surgery to do, but he puts you up there, even in the state we are. Just pay the money, bruv. I know they can't because, A, they don't want to, because the moment they increase the wage structure, their whole model, their blueprint, fraudulent blueprint that's never been proven in the history of football, in terms of monetary, where it's only young kids, because that's all you can get with that wage structure is young players or old players that are already on low wages. You can't win like that. You can't win with just kids. And you're not keeping these players long enough to have them develop and build, because you're selling them after every fucking, 1 year? A year and a half, 2 years? You're getting shot of them, bruv. You got Madueke playing now on the left wing, all right, for England. All right, against, was it Andorra, some Dross team. All right, but he's playing. Kittens ain't even in the squad. So what we're buying Kittens to play on the left? Listen, I'm going to say it for what it is. Yeah, I watched Nico Williams last night. I watched Leao. All right, but what did Cristiano Ronaldo do yesterday? What did he do? He bodied Brillo Pad, like literally done him like a kipper. Arca Corella, yeah. Experience. His legs are gone. He's got mentality, bruv. IQ. Knows where the fucking net is. Goal scorer. Minerals. Dug them out. That's what experience brings you. If Ronaldo's not in that team, it don't happen. They lose that final. They even built the system to have him in the team because he's that important. And he's 40 years old, bruv. 40 years old. That is priceless if you have the intent to win. These lot don't have the intent to win, bruv. Yeah? Nuno Mendes, bruv. World class, bruv. Like, elite baller. He's got everything in his locker. Not only did he win the treble, he's now won the Nations League with his country in one season. He's 22 years old or 20. Oh, he's young. I think he's 22. Bruv, scored a goal. Unbelievable player, bruv. We ain't signing players like that. Or Luis Campos, director. They know what they're doing. These carrymen standing strictly, all they know is Brighton and Man City Academy with Joe Shields. That's all they know. And French League. They can't even buy from the French League, right? That's where we are, bruv. Yeah? But my point was, I watched Nico Williams and I watched Leao, yeah? Or the cameo of Leao, all right? Nico Williams and Leao, I'm having Rodrigo over both of them. That's number one. But I'm having Nico Williams and Leao over Kittens and Baby Lurch Garnacho, bruv. All day long. So what are we looking at in the market? We're looking at Kittens, Baby Kittens, yeah, and Baby Lurch. We're not looking at Williams, because Williams wants top money. There's a player in there. There is a player in Nico Williams, and I think he would do well in the league, in the Premier League. I think Leao could do well in the Premier League because of his physicality and his pace, and they're both left-sided. So they're instantly upgrades on the targets that we're looking at, but I still don't think, for me, they're worth the wages. I'd rather pay that for Rodrigo, who I know can play left or right, and he's won it all. Like, he's a baller and he's young. That's my take on it, personally. The reality is, we're not going to buy. We're not going to buy it, bruv. Yeah? We're not going to buy. So Fabrizio said, gives the Chelsea signing Garnacho a 35% chance. Yeah? What are we saying, bruv? Is it here we go? Is it? Come on. Is it? Let's go and have a look at Fabrizio, bruv. So Fabrizio's just put a tweet out 30 minutes ago. He says, negotiations still underway for Mike Maignan, club to club, with Chelsea on it, 1 to the deadline. Fuck me, bruv. Fuck me. We're going to deadline day for Mike Maignan already. We haven't even. This is the pre-starter of the transfer window, and we're going to deadline day, bruv. Yeah, exactly. King George, your facts. What is it with the percentages and Fabrizio? Fabrizio's going now, putting out percentages now, because he's not doing tap-in merchantry no more. He thinks he's David Beckham on the halfway line. He's trying to score from the halfway line now, so now he's giving percentages, or he's trying to get top bins out the penalty box. So he's going with percentages. Why? Because he's so in the pocket of Blueco. He's all dated FC'd up, bruv. He's dated FC'd up. Yeah. Now we got Zoom calls now. What club? Have you heard Man City, Liverpool, Real Madrid? Have you heard any brown envelope come out and say they're negotiating via Zoom call? They're on Zoom call. It's getting intense now, guys. Yeah, they're on Zoom call. What are they watching? Porno? What's going on? What are they watching? What are they doing? Seriously, bruv. Yeah? This is crazy, bruv. Absolute nuts. I can't tell you how nuts it is. It really is nuts. Right, so let me get my thing up. It's just wiped out. Everyone smash the like button. Big up to everyone in here. Respect to every single one of you in here. Landing it. Where is it? Listen to this from Thomas Tuchel. I protect my players. I said no names. It's not an individual matter. We as a team didn't match our standards. I didn't like the last 10 minutes. We weren't serious enough. There are no messages I give via a press conference. Everything I say, I've already said to the players. Why should I sugarcoat it? We handle criticism and a team can speak honest to each other. It's always a we message we try to give. Now it's on us to do better. That's mentality, bruv. That's how you talk. You don't go into a presser and say, I'm blaming the environment for basically the supporters and the criticism for why we concede goals. No elite manager does that. The elite manager, like Jose Mourinho, what was the other manager that did it? I think even Pochettino said it. He says, I take the blame, not the players. I take the blame. Or definitely Jose Mourinho's done that in the past. You protect your players, even if you know they're shit, even if you know they haven't performed well. Like Enzo Maresca's crying out for experience, and all we're getting linked to is Mike Maignan. It's not enough. He needs a spine of experience, bruv. Osimhen's experience, that's what we need. Bushilaba said that Enzo Maresca said to the directors and the ownership, I'm desperate for Victor Osimhen. He's the final piece. That's what he said. Go and watch my video. Someone dig it up. Someone in the chat, type in Johnny Minerals Bushilaba on YouTube and put it in the chat, the link to the stream, if you can, because I'm live now. I can't be doing that. But I want to go back to something else I found. Listen, is there a chance that Osimhen goes to Paris Saint-Germain? Maybe. They don't have a striker. And I think he would smash it in Ligue 1 and in the Champions League and under Luis Enrique. But even Osimhen's move to PSG wasn't about salary. He agreed to join PSG, if you remember, last summer. But the clubs couldn't find agreement because Napoli and De Laurentiis, the pound note merchant that he is, he was up for 100 million. Now Osimhen's only 60 million now. So that it wasn't about wages. He was probably going to get 250, 200 grand a week at PSG, and he was happy to go. But as the clubs couldn't find an agreement. But he just rejected Bluecoat and Clearlake offering tuppence and penny pinching and insulting of the salary offer that they offered him. That's what he rejected. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the boys gave everything, Hannah. Yeah. That's life. We're in the market. That's life. You know? As for Brits from Monica said, we can only dream, guys. We can only dream. Yeah? So we know Nkunku's got no chance, but as Fabrizio Romano says, it's for profit. Yeah. Apparently, Goldfish says, as I reported on the show, Maresca wants more ready-made players this summer. Every manager we've had under Blueco has said the same thing. Experience. We lack leaders. Pochettino said, I don't want to blame the excuse on inexperience and young players and injuries. Yeah? Maresca is saying we're too young. We need experience. Potter, well, he didn't know what the fuck was going on, bruv. He walked into a battlefield of kids and baby oil everywhere, and he just didn't know what to do, bruv. You know? He didn't know what to do. He ended up drowning in it. You know what I'm saying? But let's have it right. Not Fabrizio. Paulstein said that Jellyfish Potters, yeah, he's got He's not got months. He's got years. He's one of the best managers in the world. Let's never forget that. In fact, I quoted that at him, Bornstein, and he blocked me, bruv. He blocked me. He actually blocked me, bruv. You know that Pornstein, Matt Law, Phillips, Johnson, all these guys, they just block the minerals, bruv, because they can't handle the truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I see your questions. Listen, I asked the same. You know what I mean? I asked the same question, bro. Here's what it is. You know what I mean? So, let me have a swig. I'm a bit heavy, dry throat, bruv. So check this out. It's quite a good one, actually. Sancho was 25 million, yeah? Right, this is why we're looking at Kittens, for example. We're not looking at Osimhen's and players like that. All right, so Sancho, 25 million we would have paid but we'd have to offer him 250 grand a week wages for when he signs, which means 30 million a year, 5-year deal, means about 90 million in total, and he would be 30 years old by the time that contract ends. By then, it's difficult for him to move on and have resale value. That's Jadon Sancho. Plus, he was over 250 grand a week. He was on close to 300 grand a week, and they offered him 120 grand, I think it was. Yeah, it was 120 grand a week. He was never going to take it. But that's why they wouldn't give him the money he was on, which I knew, and I always told you that, even through the season. Kittens, on the other hand, 45 million transfer fee. They're offering him 100 grand a week or less, means roughly 5.2 million a year. Even a 7-year deal means, well, he's getting offered an 8-year deal, but even a 7-year deal means 81.4 million. And Kittens would be 27 years old at the end of his contract, at his peak. Highly sellable, wages manageable for any club buying him to offer him more wages, and you've made your resale value. Boy, that's what they're doing. And that's why I think they're struggling with Mike Maignan, because in their twisted Epstein FC minds of everything for a pound note to pay off the debt that they took on our football club with double-digit interest. Well, if you pay 20 million or more than 20 million, which is what AC Milan want, yeah, that's 20 million on the book straight away. That's just going to depreciate. You're not going to be able to sell him in a year or two anywhere near that, right? But you're putting him on wages more than what he's on of 60 grand a week. So the argument's say he might be on 90 grand a week. Well, that's 90 grand a week. They could be offering another young kid like Trafford, that goalkeeper, or another Brazilian somewhere, or another City Academy kid, all right, where they could pay half of that wages of Maignan, buy 2 players, spend 40 million, and their project works for making money. That's why they're differing on it. I'm telling you. So the less they pay on the transfer fee is why they will not go any higher, because of his age. That's how they think, these lot. Bruv, I would love Fermin Lopez, bruv. I'd absolutely love that player. He's wonderful to watch. What a player to watch. So impressed with that kid, bruv. But let's have it right. I just want to sign Maignan. I just need some testosterone in the fucking dressing room. No more Mandem FC nonsense and rapping and all that, like they're doing battles, bruv. Enzo for Rodrigo swap deal has been discussed. And I think it's for Tchouameni, actually. I think it's a Tchouameni. I think Tope said Tchouameni Enzo swap deal, which could still happen. You know, it will happen. That will happen. All right, let me run through some of the super minerals. Big up to everyone. Big up to Jorgen. Love to you, my geese. Says, big up, Johnny. A week to go and still no sponsor. Oh, yeah. Well, no, have we not got Damak? I think Damak's with the Club World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. I think, or they're going to sign that. They probably will sign it. But yeah, there's no Jordan deal, is there? Yeah. Brendan, big up to you. Says, which current player is worth paying a shirt for? Oh, right. As in buying a Chelsea shirt from the store or whatever. well, Palmer and Casado, because I think they'll be very difficult to sell. That I think if any club goes in for Palmer or Casado, they'll go in next year. They'll not go in this year. So for now, yeah, I'd put Palmer, because Palmer, for me, I think when he does eventually leave Chelsea, he's going to be one of those top players that you're going to talk about. So it'd be like iconic to have him that he's played for Chelsea. Big up Brian. He says, you're an ultra member for 15 months. Love to you, my geezer. Always support the channel. Clown Lakes can't negotiate a prepaid mobile phone plan. Pathetic circus. Facts, bruv. You're landing my bars, bruv. They can't negotiate a mobile phone contract, bruv. And they're fixed. Yeah. Yeah. Big up the United Vlogs. Hope you're doing well, my geezer. He says United land the minerals in this transfer window. And right now they are. If they get Gikres, then you're building. You are building, bruv. Yeah? You're absolutely building. And Reece James, yeah, of course. I'll put our skipper on there. Reece James. You get Reece James on the shirt. What are we doing here? So, let me just have a quick run through. So far, we've had AC Milan will say no to 8.6 million bid. They've rejected 12.6 million bid. Well, you just got to keep going up. Moving on up, million by million, blue come moving on up. Yeah, whatever. What an embarrassment, bruv. But Cave Sol from Sky Sports says Chelsea let Maignan know they are not willing to pay more than 12.6 million for Maignan. Wow. Let's go to this Patty. See what he's got to say. Ben Roberts to West Ham is unlikely at this stage. Potter is pushing, but no breakthrough. Sanchez wants to leave Chelsea because Maresca doesn't rate him. Ben Roberts is the one that vouches for Robert Sanchez. So he's neither goalkeeping scout, Ben Roberts, or is he a goalkeeper? Have I got it wrong? I'm sure Ben Roberts is the geezer that's shoehorning Sanchez all the time to these clowns. Maignan today has communicated that he won't renew with Milan if they don't send him to London. Milan needs to sell to coop 16 to 17 million euros. Do they need to sell though? Ben Roberts, the main reason for Maignan, he says, he likes him a lot, following him since 2 to 3 years. So why is he saying Sanchez is the one? Why is he saying Sanchez is the one? I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. All right, let's have a look. Big up to Bobby Fairview. I've just got your DM, fella. Estimated cash available for transfers at June 2025. Opening cash 26 million. Approved credit 90 million. Interest expense 110 million. Owner contributions 115 million. ONN CFC Women's Investment 20 million. Operating losses minus 200 million. UCL 40 million equals a total of minus 19 million. Kudos for 70 million, no chance. Or any player at this moment in time. They're in arrears of 90 million, even though we're in Champions League football. Yeah? That's crazy, bruv. Let me put that up for you lot so you can see it, actually. Let me put it up. This is scary, mate. Yeah? While I do that, smash that like button. What are we doing here? Don't be wrong'uns, mate. There. All right, you can all see that. It's all clipped up. Big up to Bobby there, landing the details. They're killing us. They're killing our club, mate. They've already killed it. I told you that. They've already killed it. Yeah. Let me go to this one. Understand there's no agreement between Ekitike and Chelsea. Frankfurt have also not received an official offer, a participation in a deal in the next transfer window is still possible. That's that Top Skills. That Top Skills is a fraud, mate. Yeah. He's an absolute fraud, that guy. Yeah. He throws shit and hopes it sticks. All right. But there's one journalist I wanna get onto because he's the Italian one, yeah. I forgot to mention this guy. Let me get him up. What's his name again? Begins with G. Let me get it up. And I wouldn't trust Lequip as well. That's it. Rudy Galletti. Al Hilal and Napoli have reached an agreement for the transfer of Victor Osimhen. The final green light now depends on the Cameroon striker. Right? They always say they agreed deals. He's also been saying that Chelsea and Mike Maignan has already been agreed. All right? But Fabrizio words it differently. Here's what it is. I think we've muddied them enough on this one. Let's have it right. Big up to Palpo says Ferran Torres GA every 73rd minute this season. Really? Yeah, Ferran Torres, yeah. Didn't he play for City? Is that the same Ferran Torres? The one that went to City and didn't do it? Didn't make it. He was too young. Let's have it right. Yeah, he was at City, yeah. Yeah. But he's doing all right now. See, some players just don't kick on. You know, you've got when you're building a team and you're building with a manager, you've got to bring in not just the right profile, but you've got to bring in the right age, the right level of development, all right, where they've had some sort of experience at a young age. And a lot of if you look at football nowadays, the peaks of players seem to be getting younger and younger because you're seeing like Yamal bursting on the scene at 16 years old, 17. By the time he's fucking 24, like, is he going to still have that pace? Is he going to still, do you know what I mean? It's like, whereas before, players used to develop a lot later. I still think with goalkeepers, you've got that. See, with Mike Maignan, he's still got 5 years in him. We had Petr Cech till how old was he? You know, goalkeepers can go. But why are we not looking at Donnarumma? Donnarumma's open to a new venture, to another league, completing the set in PSG in France. He's 40 million euros, bruv. The guy's world class. Wages. They're penny pinchers, mate. They're all penny pinchers, these owners, mate. So they are, bruv. They're clowns, mate. Biggest clowns, bruv. Biggest clowns. I want to read you something from John Obi Mikel actually before. Where is it? He was pushing Christopher Nkunku to leave as well. He goes, there was a lot of hype about him when he joined from Leipzig. I was so excited when he arrived, but his time at Chelsea hasn't panned out well because he's been exiled, treated disgracefully, mugged off, had Jackson starting over him all the time when this geezer's only got like 12 goals. Like, is the manager calling him out? He's not a number 9 when he come out publicly and said, I'm not a number 9. I don't like to play on the flanks. I like to play as a second striker, number 10. Interbesca plays him as a number 9, saying he's not a number 9. Like, well, how do you expect this guy to perform anyway? Where's the context, bruv? Nicholas Jackson has big potential, he says, and I never intended to disrespect him with previous comments. Let's have it right, yeah? When he told John Obi Mikel to shut up, stop talking shit, what a disrespect to a legend that's delivered at our football club. Irrespective of Mikel's moving like a brown envelope, typical fucking clickbait merchant. But the reality is, Nicholas Jackson showed absolute respect to John Obi Mikel, yeah? But for Mikel to take that and say, like, simmer it down and then go, oh, look what I've done. I've created a monster and all this jazz. And then go, we need Osimhen. We need Osimhen. Oh, now we've got Dilap. The club's going a different route. You know, we're not going to get Osimhen, basically. Like, that's why if you don't land the pressure, and you don't get the diamonds, you don't get the quality. And that's why I say with John Obi Mikel, it's too flip-floppy. He needs to, if you know that you've got a voice, you got to use it. You're not using it. He says, you can see there's a player in there. Why is Mikel apologising to Jackson? It's a joke. You can see there is a player there. He's good on the ball, quick, and can run in behind, and he stretches defenders, which gives Cole Palmer more space. Now it's just about finishing more chances. I actually think the competition with Dilap will help him improve further. He needs to score more goals, and hopefully Dilap's arrival with cause a positive reaction. I mean, we're in the mud, bruv. But listen to this. This is how they know they listen to all of us, yeah? There was this whole narrative around Chelsea being Cole Palmer FC, he said. And what a signing he's been. But it's Mark Cucurella who's been really impressed me this season. Both defensively and defensively. Well, yeah, he was our top goal scorer since January of the season, of this side of the calendar year. That tells you everything you need to know, bruv. Where is it? Peak Mikel in 2012 or 2013, he said, would still get into this Chelsea midfield despite the obvious quality they had. He said, I'd pick myself over those guys, but all the midfielders' performances have been fantastic. But yet he brown noses Enzo Fernandez and all that. Get out of here, bruv. Yeah. He would get in that team. Of course you. In fact, probably Essien right now, Ballack's right now. You know, I mean, they'll be getting in the team. No problem. Yeah. But listen, we are where we are, guys. We are where we are. Let's have it right. This is how we move. Is there any breaking news? All right. It's just come out breaking via DiMarzio. Chelsea bid 18 million now. So we've gone from 12.6 million to 18 million, but said take 12.6 million today. If you don't, but they don't accept it, well, the talks will continue. All right, okay. So 18 million. They're probably still on Zoom. They're probably playing charades. They're probably playing charades right now. They're doing data. They're writing all the numbers. They're doing like Einstein or what's the geezer? What's the geezer? Goodwill Hunting. They're all on their Zoom call, Goodwill Hunting, all drawing up numbers, and then they're doing noughts and crosses. Joke. What a shambles. Listen, yeah, 18 million amortized, spread out. They're going to sign Mike Maignan till he's 45 years old to spread the payments because they're in minus 19 million deficit for this calendar year, bruv. We're done out here, bruv. We're absolutely done out here. Yeah. Listen, well, we've got to expect him to sign. If we put down 80 million sterling, he's going to sign now. Surely that's it. Surely the deal's done. Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting any longer? Come on. That's got to be it. I mean, that's 39 minutes ago. I can't believe I even missed that. I missed that one. So that's where we are, ultras. Yeah. So tomorrow, yeah, they're negotiating, but yet they buckle already. They literally bowed down to AC Milan. It's hilarious. They've tried to give it all the big un. That they're not going to go any higher. Yeah, they've just opened up like open sesame, slosh pot wet. Salek pit, Star Wars, lightsabers are out on Zoom call, and that's it. You know, they take it. They're probably getting spanked on screen right now. Bruv, I can't watch that Tom Bendovers. I can't watch him, bruv. Petrovic is gone. Yeah. Petrovic is gone. They have to sell him. That's the model. Petrovic is gone. And we'll probably have Jorgensen as backup because Sanchez is going to be sold. And we go again, bro. We go again. Brilliant. But listen, big up to everyone. I want you to... anyone disrespecting Osimhen, they need to get in the bin. Yeah? Baller. Bruv, do you know what? I'll leave it on this. Blueco, they want to sign players on Klarna, bruv. Klarna FC. Let's get that trending. Klarna FC is live and kicking. Supermarket sweep. Come on. Supermarket sweep. Let's go. Big up to everyone. I want you to put all your comments down below. Get those likes up. Subscribe to the channel. We land it 24/7. And I'll leave you. Wow, come on. We have to leave you with Don Roman, don't we? Do you know what I mean? We have to leave you Don Roman. So let's have it right. Win, lose, draw, Blueco out. No surrender mentality. And I hope everyone's landing it. Keep winning, bruv. Keep winning. Keep winning life. And I'll leave you with our Don Roman. As always, let's have it right. Love to everyone. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Let's have it right. Remember that? You remember that? Do you remember that?
Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich!